Introducing Gorgeous Pierre and his opponent, Jerry Lewis, the Bat, ready for wrestling's Battle of the Chumps. Jerry makes like he'll moiter the bum. Gorgeous retaliates with a boidy that's strictly not from golf. Yep, a grudge match. Referee Dean Martin lays down the law, and here we go for the flyweight title, catch as catch can. The Bat is wearing the dark trunks. When they're not wrestling, these two fellas act together, and my friend Irma goes west. But not like this. Why, a guy can get ptomaine poisoning, whimpers Jerry the Bat. When Gorgeous Pierre goes in for locks, he throws away the keys. Oh, my aching ache. How much can a guy take? He'll be hanged if he'll try to get away. It's almost over now. Gorgeous Pierre is introducing the Bat to the mat. It's all so informal. The winner and new champion. Who's the chump now?
It's a payload of stars for Las Vegas, Nevada at the world premiere of My Friend Irma Goes West. Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, Diana Lynn, and Marie Wilson are on hand to see that Irma gets off to a good start. Jerry gets a good look at Las Vegas and vice versa. Irma wants to see the slot machine make some slots. Jerry finds the Las Vegas scenery nothing short of spectacular, but Irma keeps him in the hand. The girls know how to handle wolves out here. What form? And what form?
Record crowds waiting to see those popular laughter boys, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. At New York's Paramount Theater, a personal appearance by the screen's comedy team of the century brings the house down. And that's not all. Between performances, screamingly jubilant fans jam-pack the area below the dressing rooms occupied by Dean and Jerry. The stars of the forthcoming film, That's My Boy, oblige with autographed photographs, and the rush and the crush provide a spectacle unprecedented even for Times Square. Martin and Lewis even invite their fans upstairs, says Jerry.
I tell you what, you want to come up for coffee? We ain't got any!
Broadway's laugh invasion goes on and on without benefit of scenario until the firm hand of New York's finest reaches out to write an abrupt fade out. At Columbus, Ohio, caddies have their own tournament, 61 strong, swinging for more than $5,000 in college scholarships. The efforts of big-name personalities make the prizes possible, personalities such as Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. They're shown as they arrived in Columbus to premiere their newest film, The Caddy, and to participate in the annual Celebrities Tournament, both benefiting the National Caddy Tourney. Most fabulous day in golf sees Dizzy Dean in the $1 million lineup of talent, and $25,000 shot Lou Worsham. Look, girls, it's Perry Como. The shutterbugs really go to work on Eddie Fisher. And Dean Martin. Not complete without Jerry Lewis. $15,000 turn out to watch the celebrities and boost the caddy fund. Jerry pays them off in laughs. A howl in one. Jerry plays a caddy himself in the film of the same name, and Columbus has the star-studded world premiere, a night crowded with all the Klieg-lighted touches of Hollywood. When popcorn gets in the act, you can be sure Martin and Lewis will pour it on or over everyone in sight. Como and Fisher get their share. But the show must go on. So celebrities pitch in to make possible this Caddy Golf Championship with its rich reward. Jerry Pittman here takes aim on a 40-footer. That gives this 16-year-old from Tulsa, Oklahoma, first place in the 5-day tourney. A $1,500 scholarship and trophies, including one donated by Martin and Lewis. A big day for the caddies. The swingiest, most rhythmic and graceful couples at the Harvest Moon Ball in New York's Madison Square Garden. The proceeds benefit charity. The winners got a chance in the big time. A couple of high-stepping lads named Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis make an appearance. Jerry wants to sing.
I want to sing a number to Get a Boat where they all hear it at the same time from the voice.
Do you like sing a song in unison?
No, I want to sing it here in the garden.
Man, oh man, dig these exponents of jitterbug jive. Anchor the roofs and fasten your safety belts. The house is really jumping.
In Hollywood, the popular team of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis receives national honors. From Fred Sammis, editor-in-chief of Photoplay magazine, a special citation presented in behalf of the motion picture audiences who made their films continual winners at the box offices all over America.
We do want to say sincerely it's a great thrill, and to all the people watching this newsreel, keep making these plaques coming by seeing our
Keep making these plaques coming.
Throw me down the stairs my hat.
That's the same thing.
Okay. Dean and I are very grateful to you and Photoplay magazine for this wonderful honor, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks very much. Thank you.
The liner Queen Elizabeth, leaving New York Harbor, has on its sailing list a couple of gentlemen by name Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. Enough said.
Where's that mom? Jerry! Hey! What is all this extra equipment for?
Oh, this is the first time I ever crossed the water in a ship. Hold this. Oh.
Are you scared?
I'm scared stiff. Hold this. I want a pill.
Scared stiff. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that's the name of our current picture, Scared Stiff. Well, you don't need all these pills, do you?
Yeah, I don't feel so good. And scared stiff will make you feel very good because we think it's a very funny picture. And seriously, we would like to say that Dean and I are very, very excited about making our first trip abroad with particularly to England. The British people have been very nice to us in our pictures, and we're very happy to be meeting them all face to face finally. Right?
Right you are, Jerry.
Oh.
100th anniversary for Atlantic City, New Jersey, and a birthday surprise. Well, not exactly a surprise. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis are coming home for a record-breaking reception. Here they first teamed up 8 years ago at the 500 Club to begin their fabulous success story. Movie stardom has brought them new fame. Today, cheered by multitudes on the boardwalk, they mark the opening of their latest hit, Living It Up. The premiere that night also brings out the largest crowds Atlantic City has ever seen on its famed boardwalk. Joined now by Janet Leigh, who co-stars with them, Martin and Lewis match the roar of the ocean with the response to their crowd-pleasing antics. Lacking a knife to cut the 8th birthday cake, Jerry uses a policeman's filler. Later in the evening at the 500 Club, more cake. The heritage of laughter and gaiety, trademarks of their career, never desert Martin and Lewis, living it up to the delight of their fans. Fight Night in Hollywood. The big title bout is being held to kick off the National Muscular Dystrophy Drive. And here's the champion, Rocky Marciano, the undefeated Brockton Blockbuster. And in this corner, Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis? Yes, the paperweight kid. He's gonna fight Marciano? The referee is Dean Martin.
Now look, you go to your corners, and when the bell rings, if you're smart, you won't come out. All right, shake hands and come out fight. Here I go.
He must have water on the brain. Some courage.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Where's the even numbers?
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Listen, I think I made a mistake here. What is that? What are you, crazy? Oh, wait, look out! Hey!
Go ahead, you let him!
This is for fun.
Rocky goes to a neutral corner. Jerry Lewis goes to sleep.
Out! The winner! Winner!
But the real winner is the fight against muscular dystrophy. Everybody's fight.
Fans, this is Jerry Lewis speaking, and this bus here is bringing the press to my favorite spot in the Catskill Mountains, Charles and Lillian Brown's Hotel at Loch Sheldrake, New York. And look at all the newspaper men and ladies. And I don't mind smashing baggage. Oh, I got my start here this way, from bags to riches. See, I made a funny. It's easy. You too can be a comedian. Well, let's see now. It's Saturday night, and I dedicate the Martin and Lewis Playhouse. And there's a premiere of our new picture, You're Never Too Young, in Vista Vision, starring you-know-who. And then we give a party. Such merriment, such dancing. This is dancing. Oh, no. But this is dancing. And it's Simpatico, the song from our picture. The dance is introduced by the Fred Astaire Dance Studios. And that's Frankie and Olga doing the number. Aren't they graceful? Aren't they nimble? Such turning. Bend her over. That's enough, kids. Thanks a lot. Next morning, back to work. Old Rip Van Winkle slept for 20 years in the Catskills. Charles and Lillian Brown had Rip Lewis, who happened to have been a terrific busboy. One of the best busboys they ever had. I was as terrific as... Oh, gee. What have I done? Don't you laugh, you silly paying guest, you. And you cameraman, fade out this picture now.
With Jerry's shirt spelling out the Help Fight Muscular Dystrophy campaign, the team of Martin and Lewis, joined by Vicky Draves of Olympic diving fame, make a pitch for Dean and Jerry's favorite charity. They'll go to any height, but...
Go first? Yeah, go first. Ladies first.
You go first. I'm glad you go first. Let me help you.
Vicky shows them how it should be done. Dean has his own ideas. And for a Dive Star final...
I'm a little scared, all I get.
All right, let me jump. No, I don't know how to do this. Easy. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Well, let's go! Well, that makes me nervous. Let me just make like like an artistic dive. You back up a little bit.
Oh, get out.
Dean and Jerry want you to laugh, but also to remember the Thanksgiving week house-to-house March for Muscular Dystrophy. From show business and public life, here New York's Governor Harriman, they turn out to do honor to Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. It's the annual dinner of the Friars in New York, and only one woman shares the dais, Marilyn Monroe, seated with Eddie Fisher. For Dean and Jerry, perennial laugh makers, the event has its calming effect, why Jerry even finds eating difficult. The boys are honored for their efforts in behalf of the Muscular Dystrophy Associations, their favorite charity, and receive fire hats, symbolic of the firefighters' March for Muscular Dystrophy, which they led. From Milton Berle, master of ceremonies for the dinner, the Friars' own Oscars, symbolic of top performances on and off stage. Another highlight of the evening for Martin and Lewis is a word of praise from their boss at Paramount Pictures. In fact, as Mr. Barney Balaban reminds them, they're closer than ever now.
Dean and Jerry, we have recently become partners. You know that pretty well, Steve.
Thank God.
I know.
Did you bring the money with you?
I wonder if it means the 800,000. I know that this association will be a long and a healthy one. But even if we were not connected business-wise, my respect for you both as great citizens and wonderful artists would be boundless. God bless you both. That's the man.
The testimonial leaves Dean and Jerry speechless. Speechless? Well, they can still read. Let's listen in.
It's hard to believe, but here we are, and more thrilled than we can ever tell you. There isn't really too much we can say. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jerry. It's all right. There isn't too much we can say except that we can say except We are eternally grateful. We shall always remember this tribute. We will try to live up to what is expected of us.
We will write speeches together from now on.
Right. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, please.
That's enough of the speeches.
Yeah.
Gala preview to honor the annual Governor's Conference at New Jersey's famed Atlantic City Boardwalk. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis in a mighty fancy stagecoach are here with their latest starring picture, Partners. Quicker than a cowboy can swing into the saddle, Dean and Jerry are corralling their fans and signing away them deeds, which spell popularity. Just a couple of cowhands with time on their hands. Jerry is gunning for Chief Make-'em Lad. In the lobby, Western-style hats for the governors. Dean makes sure Governor Langley of Washington gets a good fit, and Jerry is in on the act. G. Menon Williams of Michigan. How's that, Governor? Governor Minor of New Jersey. Jerry lends a stylish hand. Governor Stanley of Virginia and Chandler of Kentucky. Edmund S. Muskie of Maine. His hat's a big hit with Jerry. George B. Timmerman, Jr. of South Carolina is the next governor. Then William G. Stratton of Illinois, meeting the partners face to face.